What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. My name is Mike Tagliere, and today we're back with a video talking about the top 5 steals of the 2019 fantasy drafts at their current draft position, or ADP as we refer to it as. At number 5, I'm going to start with Green Bay Packers wide receiver Geronimo Allison, who's currently going as the 123rd player off draft boards. Guys, he could be a consistent wide receiver 3 in fantasy football while playing the big slot role for Aaron Rodgers. Don't forget that through quarter of the season last year, he was the wide receiver 26 in fantasy before going down with injury. At number 4 on our list, we have New Orleans Saints running back Latavius Murray, who is going at 90th overall. You guys realize that both Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara were RB1s in 2017, right? And that they scored more combined fantasy points per game in 2018, right? Murray was signed early in free agency, highlighting the need that the Saints knew they had. RB2 numbers are well within reach and well ahead of that number 90 overall pick. At number 3 on the list, we have Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Jameis Winston, who is currently going as the 110th overall player. It's time to separate real life from fantasy football. I mean, guys, I understand if you don't like Winston, but how can Mike Evans be a top 8 wide receiver, Chris Godwin be a top 20 receiver, and O.J. Howard be a top 4 tight end if Jameis Winston isn't a top 100 player? Apparently math is harder than I thought. Number 2 on our list, we have Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Alshon Jeffery, who is currently going at number 68 overall in fantasy drafts. He's a player who has been a top 30 fantasy wide receiver in each of the last 2 years in Philadelphia, despite injuries that caused him to miss time, and despite playing with a backup quarterback half the time. There is a legit case for him to be drafted as a top 20 wide receiver in 2019. And at number 1, we have Seattle Seahawks running back Chris Carson, who's currently going as the number 51 overall player. Does anyone know just how good Carson was when he took over as the starter in Week 3? He was the number 10 running back in points per game during that time, and the Seahawks just let Mike Davis and his 10 touches per game walk in free agency. Rashad Penny's there, but Carson is the lead back for a team that wants to run the ball 30 times per game. And that's going to wrap up this edition of Top 5 Steals at the current ADP. Make sure you let me know in the comment section below, who do you feel is a value right now at current ADP? Who am I wrong on? Who am I right on? Do you agree with me? Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel to get notified when we post videos in the future.